Does somebody want to tell me what Draymond Green be smoking on? Like, what kind of herbs does he be smoking on? Like, seriously, I want to know what he smoke on because it's not detected by the drug test the NBA gives out. Whatever it is, it's some good smoke. But here's what I mean. I think I only seen one video about this, but Draymond Green, man, I don't know what it is. So Draymond Green made a bold, yet I don't know how this is truthful, but somewhat truthful claim during the 2023 All-Star NBA game on Sunday. I did not hear this because I was actually live streaming, and the live stream was more interesting than the game itself. But I'll be live streaming sometimes, so catch me on there. I'll let you know the notifications. But Draymond Green said as a sideline analyst for the game on TNT. Oh, that's why I didn't hear it. It was the game's TBS broadcast along TNT's Inside the NBA crew. Green pointed out how his own career accolades far outweigh everyone else on the All-Star court except for Lakers star LeBron James. There's only one guy on this court that resume stack up to mine, Green said during the game. LeBron, 4 of them NBA championships, 4 of them things. We don't need to know the details about LeBron James winning his 4th title and Draymond Green. And this is what this article said. And when you're looking at the stars on the floor during the All-Star game, it's hard to disagree with Green. If you only look at the rings, but even though none of this year's All-Stars have won as many NBA titles as Green or James, there are still some pretty impressive resumes on the roster. All right, and they start listing the people that's on there. All right. This is where the delusion comes from with Draymond Green. First of all, they want to count rings. Sure, fine. You got 4 rings. LeBron has 4 rings. But you're nowhere close to the resume of LeBron James. See, I'm defending LeBron James, people. You're nowhere close. You're not a multiple-time MVP. You're not a 19-time All-Star. You're not especially leading and points scored all time. You're not in the top 10 of any other statistic. You never average anything over 8 points a game. The list goes on. But I'm not going to protect LeBron James no more. I'm done. That's too easy. He doesn't stack up talent-wise or resume-wise. But those other players on the court, if you want to count Giannis, he played 2 seconds yesterday. We can compare Giannis to Draymond Green. See, this is what happens when you winning championships are important. That's the point of playing, to win. But this is when you solely base everything on rings. Because, yes, Draymond Green has 4 rings, but he was not the star. He was not the focal point. All the rest of the people on the court that he's talking about are focal points of their own team. Now, I'm going back to Giannis. Giannis is a 2-time MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Finals MVP, All-Star MVP, 7-time All-Star, multiple defensive teams, multiple all-team NBA, most improved player. The list goes on. Accolades go on. Averaging over 30 points a game this season. Led his own team to a finals. Draymond Green has not done that. The only thing you got close to anything to LeBron James, once again, I'm going to bring him back, is 4 rings. That's it. That's it. Who else is on that court? No, Kawhi's not on that court. I'm trying to think who else is on that court. There at least one. Kyrie. You don't stack up to Kyrie at all. I'm sorry. You don't stack up. You barely stack up to Joel Embiid and Jokic. You barely stack up to Jason Tatum. You barely stack up to Jaylen Brown. You barely stack up to freaking who else is on that court last night? I can't think of. I can't think who else was on that court last night. I'm trying to think of all the starters. Did I say Luka? Barely stack up to Luka, so I don't get these comparisons. That delusions, man. It's the delusions. Draymond Green. What does he play? Forward/center at 6'6". There was probably two people better than you at that position that everybody claim you are at that position that were better than you. One was Ben Wallace. Yes, he got one ring, but he got 4 Defensive Player of the Year awards, playing on one of the best teams in NBA history. When the NBA was harder, when the East was a little bit harder. You can't beat that resume. Dennis Rodman averaged almost the same amount of points as Draymond Green, average-wise. Multiple, I think he got more. He got 3 All-Stars. I think Dennis Rodman got 2 All-Stars. Multiple rings, as we all know. Better defender. Didn't talk as much. Dennis led a crazy life back in the day, but he's better. Robert Horry got 7 rings. Probably the GOAT of role players. More than you, Draymond. Draymond, you was getting cooked last year during the finals. Yeah, lucky you had teammates who covered up the slack for you. Because there would have been if it was no Gary Payton the second or Otto Porter Jr. stepping up on defense, I don't even think Golden State would have won. They struggling right now. That's another thing I want to get to right quick before I get off here. You know what? I'll get to that in a different video. Him and Charles Barkley, what they said. But Draymond, the only thing you got on LeBron, the only thing you got equivalent to LeBron is rings. That's it. Other than that, everything else you be saying, illusion.